The Yellow Brick Road. This video does not reflect the actual views of real people. These are actors playing a role to entertain audiences. No persons or animals were harmed in the making of this video. Gosh, I love YouTube and I love Google.
Welcome to the Yellow Brick Road. I'm Jordan, this is James, and today we're going to be talking about Andile Mngxitama. I probably said that completely wrong. Either way, this is a self-steroided ideology of this guy who thinks killing women and children is okay because revenge. That's as far as his explanation. He has no moral high ground to say it. It's just revenge. You guys would do the same thing.
White people.
So he basically has no argument and should be picked apart in seconds, which I'm guessing a lot of channels who focus on only when black people fuck up, I'm sure they will have a field day with this, completely ignoring all the other issues going on in the world and focus on white farmers in South Africa. No Yemen talk, no Israel-Palestine talk, just, well, look what's happening to the farmers in South Africa. That's about as far as they go as far as research and shit like that. Not to say I'm some expert, I'm just saying. So this is Andile Mngxitama on some news thing that's probably foreign, South Africa, broadcast, propaganda, channel. BLF leader Andile Mngxitama defends his comments somehow.
Now, Black First Land First has defended its president, Andile Mngxitama, saying the only sin he has committed is defending black people. Complaints have been lodged with various organizations after BLF leader Mngxitama said that for every one black life taken, 5 white lives would be taken. The video at a BLF event in Potchefstroom on Saturday went viral. He also said white people should be killed along with their pets and children. Mngxitama says he was reacting to businessman Johan Rupert, saying he had an army in the taxi industry. Well, to discuss, we're joined by the BLF president, Andile Mngxitama, in studio. Thank you for being with us. No matter if you're responding to someone or not, is this sort of language necessary when race relations in South Africa are at a low?
Absolutely. It is important to magnify what Johan Rupert said.
See, as soon as he said absolutely, you should have instantly been like, oh, this guy's not a leader at all. The only way that's justified is self-serving.
He's a worm.
This is the guy you say, okay, here's the gun. We'll stand back and you kill all these people.
Yeah, do it.
On your own.
Do it.
We'll reload you, we'll give you ammo and all that shit.
We'll film it too.
Yeah.
We'll
write it down.
We're not for this, but he's doing it. Go ahead, do it.
We'll write it down in the history books and just watch your soul fall apart.
In fact, my first shock was that black people were in the room, were clapping when Johan Rupert said he has an army of his own in the taxi industry. Do people know what happens in the taxi industry? Black people get killed in the taxi industry. You
weren't saying let's kill Johan Rupert. You were saying for every one black person killed, let's kill 5 white people.
Of course.
Why are those other white people involved?
Because Johan Rupert, as taxi war, is not is for general black people, particularly those who are against him. We have seen this happening in the 80s where white people did black-on-black violence, and we're not going to repeat it. Johan Rupert, if he sends his paid hitmen to black people, we're simply going to have to defend ourselves and to do the same for white people.
That's not defending yourself, that's straight up.
Yeah, are the kids throwing action figures at you or something that you need to defend yourself from them? How about the pets? Are the pets, you don't want to step in their shit, so you got to defend yourself against that. Take them out too. I don't know. See, this is the beauty of dumb guys getting on a big stage. You know, dumb guys who are probably not that much money or anything like that, so they don't have PR reps that can
Save them.
hide these things.
Yeah.
Like I'd rather hear it out in the open like this. And it's golden.
He's exposing himself, you know.
It's beautiful.
Eventually, they in the end they'll always expose themselves. But this is like, yeah, you're fucked, dude.
This is outright.
You're not going nowhere.
Nah. And if this guy ever did go somewhere, I'd be like, something's up. He's getting help. He's getting help from someone higher up, let's say. Like they want this guy to be
especially
the face.
with funding.
Yeah. Like, see? Yeah. Conspiracies.
It's a preventative measure. If you don't want to be killed, don't kill us.
What?
That's
If you don't want to
moral.
be killed, don't kill us. Wow, you're a piece of fucking. Oh.
There's, I mean, I get what he's. Yeah,
No,
he
it's such
can't
a
even
it's such
explain
a
it away.
fucking it's like a whiny 10-year-old argument. It's like if you don't want to get hit, don't hit me.
Yeah, it's
like what?
There's no you can't. I can't understand a social leader with no moral compass. Now, this one's just so obvious, but clearly there's guys like people will hold like George Bush up in the air, like he's the man. He's based on language. Like you don't realize he has script. He has speech writers.
Yeah.
He has PR
It's a
reps.
script.
He can say shit that he knows. Like people will be like, okay,
Yeah.
all right, he's not saying something too bad.
It's not like one guy. It's a whole team of people that make up this one guy. This image that people see. He's just
To make sure they don't talk like this.
yeah,
Or they just learn it on their own, like a psychopath would.
yeah.
Where it's like they look in the mirror like this is sad, this is happy. And they do
These
it.
are verbal cues. I'll use this to make people feel calm, and I'll say this to make them cheer.
Yeah.
America first. Yeah, that's right. You fools, clap.
Subservience that worship at the shrine of the superego, what everyone else thinks. Like Big Ben Shapiro. I wouldn't be surprised if he wanted to eliminate Muslims off the face of the earth. I mean, he had that one preacher guy that was basically spouting that.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Why are you using war talk when nobody's at war here?
Well, if somebody says an army, what is an army for?
So you say Johan Rupert threatened to kill.
But I'm asking you, what is an army for? When I say I've got an army
I
in
think
the taxi industry,
let's let the viewers decide. We actually have Johan Rupert's clip. Let's just listen to what you were responding to, because you say it should all be put into context. Let's see if we can listen to that clip.
I have a friend, Jabo Mbusa. We go back long ago.
Sure.
From when Jabo was, in private sector. Oh, by the way, Jabo and I have one thing in common. He's chairman of the Taxi Association. And one of the first tenants of business partners was the Taxi Association. So I also have my own army when those red guys come. They've got to go and remember the Taxi Association.
And to be honest, that guy's probably a dick too.
Most likely hoards money.
Yeah, he probably has better PR reps telling him what to say.
Like, listen, dude, you can let your belly out and lean back on this one.
Yeah.
You'll be safe here.
Yeah.
All right, so he was specifically talking about the EFF, saying if they threaten him, he has an army. Does that justify you, the BLF, calling for white people to be killed?
unfortunately for EFF, because it has been paid by Johan Rupert, is unable to defend itself when he makes such comments. But as Black First Land First, we defend all black people, irrespective of their political affiliation.
As you can see, a child could pick that out. Like, why just black people? Like, it's almost a form of immorality on its own when you pick out a particular pigment on the color scale and say, we defend this, nothing else.
He's a fool.
Yeah, he is a fool. That's the thing. I don't think he's like a schemer and shit. I think he's just a dumb person.
That's why I call him a fool. Not a snake. You're just a fool, dude.
Yeah.
You think you're the leader. You think, oh, like, what a corny ass shirt. Like, really?
I like the colors.
I don't give a fuck, man.
Colors are cool.
It's like it's called team playing, dude.
But the symbols, yeah.
That's why he's a
definitely,
punk. He's a punk, man.
Yeah.
come under attack from white people. The thing that terrifies us and angered us is that Johan Rupert sits there with absolute arrogance, claiming that he's got a private militia which he can unleash. We as Black First Land First are one of his biggest opponents.
Did he threaten to kill anyone there?
An army, what does an army do? I mean, I don't understand. Maybe we must educate each other about an army. An army kills. And when I say I have a private army in the taxi industry, people get killed. And not just the driver or the owner, innocent people get killed. And we have been through this. BLF doesn't want war. We don't want war. We don't want any killing of anybody. But when you're a white person with so much power, you say an army, you can unleash upon black.
Well, you just said someone dies. For every black guy that dies, or black people that dies, 5 white people.
Yeah.
We'll kill your women, your pets, your children. It's like,
see, this is just yeah.
Like what?
It's a lack of savviness.
Or what you said right here. What's going on here, man? Are you just that stupid?
Yeah. I mean, if he was like a polished politician, he would say something simple like, there will be repercussions.
Yeah, I know.
But he just straight up says that.
We'll have to neutralize them.
That's his way of sending a threat back in order to keep from whatever his people getting killed. And it's just poor.
People.
It's just poor.
They're my people because they look like me.
Yeah. That says nothing about the content of character.
Nope.
Nothing about morality.
Nope.
They even if it was like an army of all, like the entire white race on the entire planet all started attacking black people, it still wouldn't be a white problem. It would be a moral problem. It would probably break down to conditioning, this, that. Thus, you can't say all white people this, all black people that. Simple philosophy, man. Simple.
Black people, then we have a big problem.
In this country, we have laws. If anyone kills a black person, they should go to jail.
That's right.
As a leader, why don't you encourage people to uphold?
You see, that's the question you should have asked Johan Rupert. You see, exactly. I like this. This is the question that Johan Rupert shouldn't be asked.
Johan Rupert's not here.
No, but no, I'm responding to him. Yeah, of course, I'm responding to that. Johan Rupert says, I don't care for the laws. I'm not going to go to the police. I'm going to start my army to kill black people. Now, black people have been killed. I'm talking to people from Katlehong, people who have seen massacres in the past by white people making black-on-black violence. They stayed under apartheid. This was not apartheid state.
I have no intention to defend Johan Rupert, but people heard what he said. So you're saying your response to what he said is justified?
Absolutely. We're simply saying, Johan Rupert and white people, don't kill us. We have done this before using other black people. We are not going to fight taxi industry people. We have no beef with taxi industry people. We have a beef with Johan Rupert, and white people are going to bring war to us, and therefore we are going to take the war to them. That's all.
There's
what an idiot. God. This is astounding.
Yeah, it's dumb at its finest.
Taking the war to them. So you're gonna kill women and children.
Yeah, it's
dude, that makes you a cunt. Like, just like all these other dudes, you know.
He needs to do some studying. Let's put it that way.
He needs to fucking go away. He needs to go back somewhere in his house, sit down and think, like, what am I doing?
Yeah.
It's like,
even like in a strategic way, that's not good.
It's like
that wouldn't work out for you, man.
2 wrongs make a right. Remember that shit? It's like, there was like 4 the first time. James, 2 wrongs don't make a right.
Yeah.
It's like him. It's like, listen, if you get kicked, go kick 5 other people. It'll make it better. It's like, wow, thanks. Like, what kind of logic is this, man? Listen, we're gonna kill the innocent.
Little man complex. He has to be more ruthless than the bigger guys.
He's soft.
Yeah, he is. He's
soft.
He's marshmallow.
He's a fucking pillow. That's what he is.
He's marshmallow. Because he's sweet, too.
Nah, dude, you can chew that shit, too. He ain't sweet. That's that salt you find on rocks and shit, man.
Fuck. Alright, continue.
Complaint with the Independent Electoral Commission. If you're found guilty of inciting violence or hatred, you could lose that registration. Are you not worried about that?
No, we're not worried. That's not going to happen. In fact, we are open to seeing the Independent Electoral Commission. They have no basis. So in fact, just now on the 4th of December, the Appeals Court Division has brought an interesting judgment around hate speech. In fact, this guy, Ed Kosatu, was saying that the Palestinian people must do exactly what the Israelis are doing to them. They must go for them in South Africa, everywhere. And the Appeals Court said that's actually protected speech. So we haven't said anything outside of the South African constitutional protection. And
now, here's the thing. When you see the politicians, the higher-ups, when they talk and they say something very similar in a different way, like in a politically correct way or whatever, it's like, I can understand people saying that and be like, this is like the same shit. So he's somewhat justified. It's like, no, what you do is you just call them both creeps. That's what's going on here. When an enemy needs to be neutralized, we all know what the fuck that means.
This reminds me of the people that say, listen, if my son's in danger and another child's in danger, I'm going to save my son. It's like...
Yeah. When you hear the guys in the news saying, Assad must go, they don't mean, shake hands and walk away. They mean something else, just so you know. They just know that...
We need to neutralize the enemy.
They just know that the mask will slip if they say something else.
Yeah.
Like, people are like, what?
We need to neutralize the enemy.
Yeah.
The enemy? Neutralize.
Yeah, it happened.
Why are you saying these words over here?
It happened to Clinton, right? When she was off, she thought she was off camera. We came, we saw he died. Like, oh, the mask slipped right there. Like, that's... Only a psychopath could say that. Only someone who really, like, has no empathy or feelings at all. Just, like, I threw them away to say that comment.
It's like,
Yeah. Even the laugh was, like, fake-ish.
That too, and all that, who the fuck was sitting next to her? It's like, fuck you too.
Yeah.
You laughed.
She's like, I'm just going to ignore that and go on my day.
Fuck
That's
you
what
too.
I think the interviewer
Whether you
said.
thought it was funny, you're just, I'll just ignore it. It's like, fuck you too. You sleep well at night.
Alright, continuing.
point is, Johan Rupert must be asked, is the violence in the taxi industry his creation? Does he have any control over that violence? Why is he raising the issue of
Can I ask
taxi?
you, how many members does the BLF have? Right?
Every black person is a member of BLF. Sometimes they just don't know it. Soon they realize that the white system is against them. And in fact, when they do, they become our members. So we're not worried about that.
So this is just anecdotal. I've been covering the news for a long time. You guys used to gather, and it seemed like very small groupings. It does
Did you see this? Did you see this Saturday in Portugal?
Yes, it seems that you are growing in size. My question to you...
That's what he wants.
I hope a lot of people leave. That was a math, the thing about for every one black person killed, kill 5 white people, women, children, their pets or whatever.
Yeah.
That should be a mask slipping moment where
Oh,
at
yeah,
least
the whole-
half
the
their
whole-
group is like, nah, we're out of
The
here.
whole collectivism thing as well.
It's like, oh, this is your end goal.
It's like,
Fuck
look,
out of here.
you're a part of us, and some just don't know it yet. It's like, dude,
Yeah.
this
That's,
dude's one of the, well, as far as on a platform, one of the biggest hypocrites I've ever out in the open.
yeah.
You have no idea what the good is, do you?
No, I don't think
Like no idea of like what morality is. Nothing. It's
so. I
just
think he's stuck in the moment, just living there.
well, that kid knocked over my 5 blocks, so I'm gonna knock over all their blocks. We're even now.
Constantly in the moment,
It's like-
and very little contemplation, probably.
See, everything's okay now.
Are you using this sort of language to appeal to maybe a militant section
Africans
to
are-
grow your support?
But South Africans are very conservative. This language, of course, does not endear you. But we as Black First Land Face, we're not politicians. We're telling the truth, and we love black people.
Are you doing it for political reasons?
No, not for political reasons. Black people, when they come under threat, we take a stand. And in fact, I can tell you now, it makes us look bad, the fact that we have used this language. But we're amplifying the violence of Johan Rupert that comes as arrogance of control, which elicits clapping and, joking about violence, that's why we must use the violence.
oppression...
See, that's these guys looking at the quote unquote higher ups in their nice shiny suits, and it's like we know what you mean by that, man. And then this is the response you get to it. Tanya says, this perspective makes my soul hurt. Yeah. I mean, I'm sort of cold to it now. Not really cold to it, but just like, it's happening all over, man.
Well, to me, it's just like, you know, what do you call it? It's like a disappointed father looking down at his son, just shaking his head. And the silhouette closes on him, you know? That's what it's like for me right now.
Yeah.
It's like, you'll never get taller if you keep doing this.
Well, it's like the quote-unquote little guy is supposed to be the one that's like, it's like, I've been through all this shit. So you're supposed to be like the fullest expression of empathy, right? Towards like, we can't, it's like Batman and Batman Begins, where it's like, if I become an executioner, like, what makes me different than the bad guy?
What makes us different from them?
Right? You have to separate yourself somehow, not just using their tactics against them.
You gotta do what's necessary.
But,
In South Africa, white on black oppression.
Absolutely. You arrived here in 1652, took our land, all the problems, every problem we have, our exclusion, the townships, the violence, the fact that we're poor, and you have all the, as white people in this country, in this country, white people live the best life as a consequence of oppressing black people, have not accounted for that.
Some people would say that the Gupta family also oppressed black.
I have no argument.
But revenge is not the way. And those sound like they could be possible. Extremely possible. As far as if I enslaved an entire type of person, type of people, and then like, okay, you're free now, go ahead. It's like, you're at a disadvantage, I would say. I would think. I don't know. Missing the point of our existence, shaking my head. Yeah. He's just another one. Just pin his picture next to George Bush and Benjamin Netanyahu and Trump, Obama. Just tag their pictures up, add another one to the team. People who make the world a worse place. Just, I don't think he's actually trying to. I just think he's really dumb. All right.
People, what's coming out now is evidence of state capture. Let me finish. You apparently went to the Guptas and asked for money. So are you not willing to work with oppressors?
No, well, that's very interesting, but let's deal with the Guptas. So there was this court case against the Guptas, right? What did the judges say? That was the biggest case, the still now case in the Free State.
The judges dismissed it. Going on.
State capture is still going on. We're going to the State Capture Commission ourselves, and we're going to show that, in fact, the biggest state capturers are white monopoly capital and the Oppenheimer's family. Do you know, as we speak now?
Are the Guptas innocent in your mind?
Well, of course. I mean, find them guilty. Bring them evidence. We're going to bring evidence to show that Oppenheimers have an international airport of their own inside an international airport after having gone to the ANC, not government, and both the Oppenheimers, the son and the father, and actually said the ANC must give them an international airport, inside an international airport. So what it means, they go to Kimberley, take our diamonds, fly here out, and then sell them to Colombia. What do they bring from Colombia? Me and you don't know. Maybe drugs, maybe guns. What is happening in this country where white people, white family can have an international airport and it's not state capture, it's not corruption? We are going to Zondo to actually say, this is what you should deal with. Not these claims about emails that says that the Guptas were corrupt. If they are corrupt, we are very happy. Bring the evidence, let them be dealt with.
Are you going to carry on speaking like this? I mean, you said you're not at all scared of any hate speech finding, but already last year, SANEF got an indictment against you for violence against journalists, for threatening journalists. Aren't you worried that this could affect your political prospects in future?
No, we don't care for political prospects. We care for black liberation. We want black people to be respected. We don't want to be killed willy-nilly. We don't want any white person says got an army that can kill us and with no consequences. We have seen that happen in the past.
See, is the guy mistaking bad ideas with the aesthetics of the people who carry it out? Whether that actually happened or not, I don't fucking know. But either way, it seems like he's just mistaking bad ideas with people rather than the bad ideas themselves. Yeah.
It's not going to happen now. We are here to defend and love black people, and we are not going to basically allow that under the threat that politically it might affect us negatively. We are not politicians.
Twitter
we are revolutionaries.
has, I think, banned you for a few days, and you're upset.
No, I'm not upset. I expect that any black person who speaks for black people, there will consequences for speaking black. So
That's completely wrong. Maybe you advocated for murdering women and children, or, well, children and pets and shit. I don't know. Or random innocent people. That could be why he got banned off Twitter. Granted, they should let you speak so you get exposed, but, you know, it is what it is. Tanya says, I guess he didn't realize that everything has to be pulled apart to be rebuilt. Yeah, I don't think he has any understanding of, like, let's say he did win his revolution. I don't think he'd have a clue what to do next. He'd be like, oh, fuck. This is all I understood was fighting the other team. I don't think he understands anything about solutions.
He's not going to be the one doing it.
Hmm?
He's just going to be there behind the scenes.
Yeah.
In front of the camera. All right, time to go kill them. Go ahead, do it. It's like, what?
Either that or his own team assassinates him. Like, dude, you got us in trouble. You need to go. Tony says, yeah, what we experience is definitely biased on some levels, but there's also a lot of opportunities for anyone who is willing to work towards recreating their lives or what they want. If I had to guess, 90-something% of the planet does not even consider that. They're in this guy's place, this zone, right? Even his intelligence is based on that zone of thinking. How do we win this thing? For other people, it's, how do I win this basketball game? Other people, it's, how do I get this job? And they're in their zones. Rarely step out of it. Usually by tragedy. I don't think he understands what liberation really means, or sovereignty. Yeah. I think he just revenge politics on an extreme level, apparently. But I heard things are pretty extreme in South Africa anyways.
So black speech is generally censored. If it's not censored, white people are going to deal with you. We expect this, and we expect more, and we are ready. And we are very happy to
I haven't been censored off Twitter.
See that black people increasingly hear what we are saying. We love black people too much to allow them to be basically threatened the way you want.
How do you fucking love a color, a skin color? What the fuck, man?
I said he's a fool.
Yeah, it's extreme version of revenge politics.
Like I said, I give you the power. Shit's gonna go south.
Yeah, and that's a lot of people.
Yeah,
he's just just blatantly obvious example.
Rupert and others are doing.
All right, thank you very much for your time. That was.
I guess that's it. I would say be careful of the guys on YouTube that are going to use this as whatever excuse for whatever ideology or purpose.
They're attacking our culture.
Those guys don't talk about any other world events. They only talk about when a minority does something to a white person, aka like the Lauren Southerns, the Red Elephant guy. It's like, breaking it now. It's just out in the open now. It's like it's like fuck, man.
It's like I want this to happen.
But when you talk about like Jim Crow or something, like, nah, it was a while ago. We're past that. We had a black president, you know.
Listen, they don't do that anymore. That was a long time ago. It's not like that anymore. Shut the fuck up. Fucking joke.
So, I'd say be wary, be critical, be careful. There's plenty of ideology peddlers that maybe they'll come off as right on this issue, which they'll probably come off as right, as correct. But then they'll start, throwing in little breadcrumbs of their other ideologies and try to carry you to the end zone with that. All right, last thing from Tanya. Sounds like he's been programmed well by his peers. That and probably experience. There's a reason why I put a little man complex in the title. It's because he's probably like the guy who feels like he needs to say something loud. Found something, got in his avenue, and just stuck to it. I can say this very loudly over and over and over again. It is what it is. Thank you for watching. Please subscribe if you feel like. Always comment. And as we'll probably get thumbs up on this one, because we're talking about we're speaking against a black South African. Alright, that's a popular issue in the whatever team they're called.
Maybe you'll get called Uncle Tom.
Either way, please give this video a thumbs down.